Birdsong tip number 2. All right, so the reason I was inspired to do this tip is because this is the place where I think that most beginning birders get hung up, and actually it's the place where they stop and they just believe that they can't learn birdsong. And that is that when they go out and they listen to a bird song, they believe that if they can't identify that bird song in the first 5 seconds of hearing the song, then they just weren't cut out for it. And that's just not true, you know, even though the masters can do that. You know, you go on a bird walk with someone who's like masterful, and you watch them and they're like, oh, that's this bird, that's that bird, that's that bird, you know. Just because they can do it doesn't mean that it's not accessible to you, right? And so the big difference is that what people don't do, and what I'm encouraging you to do today, is to give yourself time, you know. And where you need to start with that is we need to get rid of that box checking mentality. And what I mean by that is that where you go out, you see a bird, you check the box, you move on, you know, and it's like, okay, time to go. So a lot of birders, especially beginning birders, they think that there's just this one way of learning birds. And instead, what I want to encourage you to do is to let yourself linger, let yourself really take in that song when you hear it. So when you go out and you hear a bird song, just sit with it for a long time, you know, as long as your schedule and the bird itself will allow you to. You know, maybe that's just 1 minute, it might even be just 10 seconds, but you know, it might be a minute, it might be 10 minutes, you know, as long as you possibly can, let yourself just stay there with that song. And I want you, you know, like, listening to birdsong is really one of the most holy and soul-filling activities that we can engage in, especially in this modern world. And so, you know, just letting yourself stay there and linger, and letting the song absorb into not just your ears, not just, you know, you don't just listen through your ears, but listen through your skin, you know, listen through every soul, every like cell in your body. Let that soak in the bird song that you're hearing, you know. And then after you've done that, then you can go back to tip number 1 that I shared yesterday and practice that one. All right, let yourself sink in.